Welcome to the module on Gemba Walks, part of the Leader Standard Works training series. In this module, we're going to cover Gemba Walks and then let you work with your coach to integrate your Gemba Walks into your routine. Without further delay, let's jump in. There are many benefits to Gemba Walk, but here are some key ones we want to share with you. It builds trust and respect with your team members by engaging and empowering them to become problem solvers. As a leader, you don't have time to solve all the problems yourself. So by developing your team to be problem solvers, it frees you up to focus on those critical activities. And by using a beginner's mindset, it helps you deepen your understanding on how the work is actually being done, which leads you to being able to make better business decisions. And as a result, it allows you to identify the right problems early on and explore opportunities to improve the critical work. Now you might be asking yourself at this point, what does Gemba mean? The word Gemba is a Japanese word that literally translates to the place where the work happens. So going to the Gemba refers to going to the place where the work actually happens. This could be a virtual workplace or a physical workplace, like an office, shop floor, or even a work truck. A Gemba walk is intentionally going where the work happens to observe and learn about the process. A leader can gain insight by asking open-ended questions to the people who actually do the work. And how they do this is by asking the question and really listening to the answer. It is time to really listen to the employees' concerns about the process, to engage them to share their ideas. It's an opportunity to observe where the value is added and where it's not. Your role as a leader in a Gemba is that of a coach and mentor who is guiding the employee towards being problem solvers. Another way to think about it is you're taking on the mindset of a beginner who is there to learn from the subject matter expert about the process. And you're going to let the subject matter expert guide you through their thinking and their understanding of the process. It is best to leave your assumptions in your office and go to the Gemba with the idea, I'm going to learn something new. So what a Gemba is not. It's not about going and catching people doing the wrong thing, but it's actually about the opposite. It's going there to see the good work that's happening and learn from those who do the work. It is not intended to be an opportunity to go in there and make quick changes and fix problems fast. Rather, it's about learning about the current condition at the Gemba. It's about checking in, not checking on your team. Before you start your Gemba walks, there's a few things you can do to make sure you're successful. You can add your Gemba walks to your leader's standard work routine. We recommend Gemba walk for about 30 minutes. Now, for very large processes, you might consider 60 minutes, but really 30 minutes is ideal. If you need more time, we recommend you just increase the frequency of how often you do your walks. Then let your team know why you're scheduling the Gemba walks and why you're doing them. And do your best to ensure that you make the commitment every time because it shows respect. And when choosing where to do your Gemba walk, you should focus on the process with a holistic approach. Now, our processes are large, so when you focus on one, we should probably focus on one aspect at a time. So when you pick your area, then you focus on one aspect of that area. A good example would this be, I'm going to look at safety today. I'm going to use a safety lens, or you might even consider like this time, I'm going to use a quality lens. We recommend that you follow an agenda when you do your Gemba walk, and here's an example of the 4 questions that can be on your agenda. What aspect of the business did you observe? What did you learn? What did you see? What were the follow-up actions? Here is an example of an agenda you could take with you. Now, we recommend you take paper and pencil with you when you go to the Gemba because there's just something about the human brain. When we write down something, it really solidifies our learning. Here are some sample questions that you might ask on the Gemba. Take a minute, look them over. After you ask the questions, it's important to be quiet and listen to what the employees have to say. Don't try to guide them to your answers, but listen and try to figure out where they're trying to guide you. And after the Gemba walk, we recommend you take some time to reflect on your key takeaways. For example, if you went and did a 30-minute Gemba, you might, schedule 10 minutes afterwards to sit down and write what you learned. What did you see? What actions do you need to take? Maybe you need to follow up with the individuals who offered you the insight to let them know how that information that they share with you helped contribute to the work. And as necessary, you might make sure that you escalate any issues right away so you don't forget. As with any tool in the continuous improvement toolbox, you should always be thinking about improving the process. We recommend the plan, do, check, act cycle, but really you can use any improvement cycle. This is just really the easiest one. It's really about ensuring that the things that we are doing is not just because, we've always done it that way, but it's ensuring that we're doing it the best possible way. The ultimate goal of a Gemba walk is to identify areas of opportunity at the Gemba. Thank you for spending time reviewing the contents of this training. Be on the lookout for our next module in the Leader Standard Work series as you take your next step in the journey as a leader.